Yo, what up, what up? It's your man, Big Brandon Carter. I want to give y'all a piece of advice. Like, this is the one thing I wish I would have known or understood when I was younger. Like, I understand it now. I have a firm grasp of this concept now. And that tip is, when in good times, prepare for bad times. Right? Prepare for bad times during good times. I posted a quote on my Instagram and Facebook the other day. It was a quote: the more you sweat during peace, the less you bleed during war. Like, in life, shit is going to go wrong. Like, there's no way to circumvent that. It's going to happen. It's not if, it's when. And the best time to prepare for that is when things are going well, right? So save when you're making money, when you're making sufficient money. Save for times when you're not making money. It's kind of like that story. You ever? I don't know if they teach the kids this, but when I was little, there was a story about the ants and the fucking grasshopper. And all summer, the ants were getting ready for winter, getting a bunch of food together, you know, all that other shit. And the motherfucking grasshopper was just, you know, running around having fun all summer. Winter came, the ants, they were chilling. They had all types of food prepared, stowed away, you know, because they had been working hard all summer. But the fucking grasshopper, man, he just died in the winter, right? This is a story, right? It's a metaphor. But that's how it is, man. Like, you gotta be preparing for the winter, because it's coming. Winter, brace yourself. Winter's coming. It's coming. All right? I don't care how good things are, they will get bad. And you need to prepare for that, you know? And it's gonna be shit that's not even in your control, you know? Like, there's gonna be economic shit that you don't have, like you're gonna be like the economy where you're at. It might be a natural disaster, right? You know, like y'all know me, I'm a prepper, man. I'm ready for anything in this motherfucker. I got weapons, I got go bags. I'm ready to bug in or bug out, you know, if some shit goes down. I always save money. Like, I'm a vicious saver. I go way out of my way to save money because I know shit is gonna hit the fan. I know shit's gonna hit the fan at some point, because it always does. It happens to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in my family's gonna need something. I might get injured, you know, and then who knows what happened. You know, I don't know. You just want to be prepared. You just need to be prepared for the winter, because it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. I don't care how good things are, the winter's coming. Now, I had no idea about this concept when I was younger, because I think, like, younger people, it seems like they have a hard time seeing in the future, seeing past the present. You know, I find that to be an issue with a lot of young people, and I was not exempt from that. So I just give you a few stories in my life, man. Like, right after college, I got signed to a major record label, Sony Records. And, you know, I was like, oh shit, man, I'm good, you know, like, I thought I made it, man. I just thought I made it. Nothing can go wrong from this point. And then Sony merged with BMG, and I was dropped from a label, right, you know? Like, nothing I could do about that. And then, like, I had already moved to New York. I didn't have no savings at that point. I dropped everything and just moved to New York. I was ready. And I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for that, you know. And then at the point, I couldn't get a job, and like, I made some other poor decisions as well. And basically, I was like homeless after that for a little while, sleeping in my car. And you know, I was showering and shit at the gym. Shit was all fucked up. Finally got a job and got back on my feet. Then I got scouted by a modeling agency, right? Because I still listen, even though I was fucked up, and I was at like the point where I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, all that shit. Like, I was fucked up. I was still working out during that time. So like, I was still working out, just training, doing, like, I feel like I had to do something. I couldn't just totally give up on life. So I was still working out, and then I got myself a job. So I was pulling myself out the fucking gutter. And then I got scouted by a modeling agency. Well, that shit kind of blew up. So then I was in magazines. I was on fucking billboards. I was like on billboards on the side of buses, you know, going through the hood. You know what I'm saying? I was on a bus, on the side of the bus, going through the hoods, man. I had billboards all over the country, really. There was some billboards of me all over the country. I was in magazines. Hold up. Here's a magazine from that time, man. I went and dug this out the crates. It's an old XXL magazine, Jay-Z on the cover. Jay-Z on the cover. And here I am in this joint, man. You know what I'm saying? Advertising for some hip hop brand wearing these ugly ass shoes. You know what I'm saying? This is a young me, a young Brandon. What else? So here's another picture of me in the same magazine. You know what I'm saying? Full page. Me wearing this ugly ass hip hop sweater. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I was in other magazines too. Then I started doing shit for, that was the only one I could find right at the moment, but I had some shit in men's health. I was doing a lot of underwear shit, a lot of fitness shit. So then I started getting money again. So I started getting like a lot of money from that shit, right? Or what was a lot of money to me at the time. And again, I didn't save. I didn't prepare for the winter. I thought it's gonna be like this forever. It's gonna be like this forever, man. If anything, this is gonna be more. It's just gonna be motherfucking caviar and limousines from now on. And I didn't prepare for the winter. So this is the second time I've reached a point of success in my life and I was not preparing for the winter. I just expected it to be like this forever. So anyway, so after that, so what I did do with the money, I told my agency, I was like, yo, listen, why don't y'all put me in an agency in Miami? Why don't you put me in an agency in Miami and let me go down there? And then so they put me with Wilhelmina down there in Miami. But see, I wasn't really going down there to model. I invested my money from modeling in some shit that I knew about from back in Chicago. So what I was doing was I was just coming back and forth from Miami to New York. But I wasn't flying, I was taking a Greyhound. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to go in too much detail about that, you know what I'm saying, because of the Fifth Amendment. But I was going back and forth and I was investing that modeling money in something else. So I was on the Greyhound back and forth. Then the money was like quadrupling. Then now I'm really balling, or what I considered balling at the time. Like now I'm really getting it. I'm really getting it, right? Because I'm flipping the money, and I'm still modeling at that time, and just taking the modeling money and flipping it. But I'm not saving it though. That's a problem. At this point in my life, I'm not saving. I'm fucking blowing it. I'm blowing the money on parties, girls, motherfucking. I'm flying first class. When I do fly somewhere, I fly first class everywhere, all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking that I'm the man. I'm just thinking I'm a man. I'm flying first class to Vegas, throwing thousands of dollars around on the tables, you know what I'm saying? Like it's nuts. Then I'm fucked up because the winter came and I hadn't prepared for it. I should have just been saving, putting all that money aside, but I was a dumb kid and I wasn't saving. So one of my business partners, somebody who I trusted down there, not a friend, I'm not going to be a friend, but a business partner, who I trusted, man, he was murdered. He was murdered, and he was really the only person I trusted in that other side business. Then that same month, my father committed suicide, shot himself in the head. So I had to deal with all this shit with my family, and I went back to Chicago. Actually, I went back to Chicago. I got to take care of the family. I got to take care of the funeral and all this other shit. And so now I'm in Chicago taking care of this shit. So I'm not modeling. I'm not doing that other shit I'm doing because I can't, because you know, people was getting murdered over it. So now I'm back to square one. It's like I'm starting all the way over, right? I'm starting all the way over from scratch. And I've been preparing for the winter. I'd have been straight. I could have navigated through this terrain a little better. So after that, I'm starting over again, all right? I go back, finally get back to New York after, you know, bury my dad, you know, make sure my mom's straight, all this other shit, make sure the family's cool. I come back to New York. I fucking start a YouTube channel. And it gets popular, right? This is not the channel you're watching. Before I started a different channel, right? So like that YouTube channel got popular, right? It had about 26 million views, right? So I'm back. I feel like I'm back. I mean, I'm not making as much money as I made before, but I got the YouTube shit. I'm doing some modeling shit. Like I always had clients that I was training throughout this whole period of time. On the side, you know, I'm doing all right. I'm doing fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still not saving. I still haven't got it through my head that you need to save, right? So I'm back up. You know, I got a YouTube channel with over 26 million views. I'm doing a lot of personal training at this point again. I'm just working hard, and I'm modeling a little bit, right? But I hadn't been saving. And then out of nowhere, I wake up one day and the YouTube channel is just turned off. Like they just fucking shut my YouTube channel down. They wouldn't tell me why. After I built up to 26 million views. So I was like, fuck, man. And I gotta start all over again. And that was a big part of everything I had going on, you know what I'm saying? So like, I wasn't getting as many clients. I still had the clients I had that I was training. And but that's how I was getting a lot of clients at the time. There was revenue associated with that because I had like a lot of views, man. So like I'm fucked up again. So this is 3 times I done came up, and I didn't save, and I didn't prepare for the winter. The winter always comes. You think after the first or at least the second time, I'd have been prepared for that shit. So anyway, I just chilled for a minute. I gathered myself. I was kind of depressed at this point. At this point, I'm kind of depressed. I'm like, fuck, man. What the fuck is going on with my life? So then I start over again. I start this YouTube channel again. But it's like, now I'm thinking, all right, I don't want to just rely on this shit. So I start a few other businesses now. I start other business ventures. You know what I'm saying? Like now this YouTube shit is not even going to be, I'm not even going to consider, because it's not in my control. Google can shut this shit down whenever they want to again, right? So now, so to mitigate the impact, if something like that happened again, now I have other businesses going on. I have other revenue streams that I set up online. You know, I do a lot of online marketing, and I have other businesses that I'm involved with online, you know, all legit shit. So, and at this point, I also just started working again. I started fucking working hard. I started working for my boy has a moving company, so I was working for him. You know, I was one of the managers driving the truck, moving. I started just fucking doing labor again, right? And then my other boy, owned a restaurant in Queens, and I would manage that restaurant on the weekend. I was a personal trainer this whole time. Like I always had clients that I was training throughout this whole period of time. So like that's just something that I've always done. I've always trained because people always ask me to train them. All right, so I'm working hard, man. I got like 4 hustles going on at once, but one of them was to live off of, right? And the other was just money to save. So when I was working for my boy's moving company, driving the moving truck, that was just money to save. I'm doing a lot of personal training, money to save. Online marketing, just money to save. So when I was managing the restaurant on the weekends, you know what I'm saying, that was money that I lived off. And then I got to the point where I had enough money saved where I stopped working for the moving company. I was just working for my boy's restaurant. And then I got to the point where I had enough saved where I felt comfortable quitting the restaurant. But now I still keep the same mindset. I still keep the main mindset. Like any revenue I get off YouTube or whatever, man, I just save that shit, man. And I work for the other money. I work for the money I live off. Try to keep my expenses low and try to save. Just always save the other money, right? So if something goes wrong, now I got my bases covered. And man, I'm good. Like I'm not just gonna start from the bottom again. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done that shit 3 times. But if I would have known that when I was younger, I wouldn't have to go through all these trials. So that's what I hope you guys will learn. That it's a long video. This video is probably longer than it needed to be, but I just want you guys to get that, to grasp this concept. Prepare for the winter during the summer. You know what I'm saying? The more you sweat during peace, the less you bleed during war. You know what I'm saying? The pendulum always swings. I'm saying law 48 laws of power. Assume formlessness. The fact that nothing is certain and no law is fixed. The best way to protect yourself is to be as fluid and formless as water. Never bet on lasting stability. Everything changes. It's real shit, man. Never bet on lasting stability. Never bet on lasting stability. Everything changes. But if you're always prepared to move in another direction, always be prepared to move in another direction. While you're working on your main thing, have a side thing. You know what I'm saying? Have a side option, right? I mean, focus on something you want to do, but have options and save money. Save money. I cannot stress that enough. Save money. Be prepared for shit goes on. And like, don't fucking waste it. Don't squander your money on bullshit. Don't buy things you don't need. Instead, save money. Like, maybe I'll do a video on saving money, man. So I'll give you a few tips on saving real quick. Maybe I'll do a full video on it later. But 3 quick things you can do to save money. It's real important. As soon as you get some money, just take some off the top. Just take some off the top and put it in savings. That way you don't miss it. And your mind doesn't feel like you missed it because you never really had it. You can set, if you work for a regular job, if you just have a regular 9 to 5, then you can like set that up automatically. Another thing I do is like if I buy something, let's say it's $10 off. All right, so I'll buy that thing, but because I saved $10, I will immediately transfer $10 from my checkings to my savings, right? That because I saved the money. Like I went in there with the intention of spending that $10, and I didn't have to, so I just put that other 10 in my savings. So that's another way you can do it. So it's like you never missed it. You never really missed it. The third thing I do is, man, people think I'm crazy because I like if I see a fucking penny on the street, I pick it up. If I see a nickel on the street, I pick it up. It all adds up, and then like all my change, like I never use change when I pay for anything. I always use full dollar bill. Never use like real coins. And so every night, my coins, I just save. I just put it in a bag when I get home, or like that penny I found on the street. And then I just at the end, every once in a while, I'll just take that shit to the fucking bank and say, yeah, man, I want all this fucking change in my savings. This is my current change bag. I just thought about it. I might as well show it to you, man. And this is like fucking $50, right? Without even thinking about it, I saved $50. I'm just gonna put that in my savings. And that kind of shit adds up, man. That kind of shit adds up. But the best thing you can do is to actually just do all the shit I mentioned, but also just have another hustle, right? Have another asset or something that generates income that's just for savings, right? Aside from your regular job, right? So like when these YouTube videos, like you make money off YouTube, all that money I just save that shit, man. I just save that shit, so it's not like I don't even see it. It's like I don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm always prepared for shit to go wrong now because shit is gonna go wrong, and when it happens, I won't even trip. Anyway, hope that helps, guys. Peace.